7. This is the third portion of the chapter, making his village school proud. So I'm starting from the last second paragraph. So please take out your book and turn to page number 27. I'm starting from there. Just before that, I left only one line, so I am starting from there. Did they succeed in making Raju ashamed of his old school? So that means when all the teachers and the other students, they were making jokes at him, they were laughing at him because Raju was coming from a village school. So did they succeed? That means in making Raju ashamed that he was coming from a village school? No, Raju was different. He was determined to prove that schools in the villages were as good as the schools in the metropolitan cities. No, but Raju was a boy who had the strength in himself. So he knew that it was no difference in a school of village and in school of metropolitan city. He had to prove himself, that he had to prove to the others that uh, his school was the best one, and though it was in the village. That evening, Raju did not tell his parents anything. He just smiled at their anxious queries because he did not want to lie either. So that evening, when Raju came back to his home, so maybe he was asked by his parents that how was your school, how was your new friends, teachers. So Raju did not say anything. Only Raju was smiling at their questions because Raju did not want to tell a lie to his parents. That's why he did not say anything, only he smiled. The next day and the day after, and each day for a month was the same. He was not allowed to answer the questions in class even when he raised his hand. What is that? So each and every passing days, Raju had the same kind of humiliation. When he was just raising his hand for giving the answer, that time also he was not entertained by the teachers. Okay, he had no friends in the recess. He sat in his class while the rest of them played. By now, the whole school knew that Raju was a village boy and was very proud of his village school. So, he did not have a single friend, and all the students, they were playing at the time of tiffin break, recess, and but Raju did not have. He just only sat at the corner and he ate his tiffin, and the whole school, by the time the whole school came to know that Raju was a village boy and he came from a village and he was very proud of his village school. But Raju had thought of a very clever plan to deal with the situation. He stopped raising his hand whenever the teacher asked the class a question, and very soon the teachers and the students stopped paying attention to him. So, as you know, that Raju was a very brilliant boy and he had the brain. He had the brain means he was very intelligent. Okay, so what did he do? He tried to ignored by the teachers and the students. So what did he do? He, from then onwards, he could if he knew the answers, but he did not raise his hand. Okay, raised his hand. So by the passing time, what happened? The students did not pay attention to him, and as well as the teachers. Raju knew that after a month he would have his final exams, and he worked extra hard at home. He had to, after all, prove to his new school that his old school, village school, was no dumb fool's paradise. So Raju, now what happened? It was the time for exam, and Raju had to work very, very hard, because not only to prove that he was a good student, but also to prove that his village school was the best school. Okay. Everybody had taken it for granted that Raju would fail. So everyone, all of them, they understood and they had the faith in him, in them, that Raju would fail. As the time drew nearer and each one got busy studying, they still found time to jeer at him whenever they found him with his book. So, the time was passing by, and whenever Raju got the time, and when Raju was reading Raju got the time for reading the book, he was pointed out by the other students, and they were making laugh. Raju had become very patient by now and quietly smiling to himself carried on with his studies. But Raju did not say anything, only he was just doing his work. Okay. The final exams got over within a week. Raju went back to his village for 2 weeks break, after which the results were to be declared. Now, what happened? This time Raju exam came closer, and then the final exam also done, and then Raju went back to his village, okay, for spending some time over there. Raju was back the day before the results. Raju was back the day before the results, and the next day, very confident of himself, he went with his father to see the result. He had topped his class once again. So, next day, what after that, what happened? Raju came back to that means to the city, and then he was very confident about his result, and he went to see the result with his father, and he saw that he topped his that means his class. His father was happy, but Raju's happiness knew no bounds. Raju became very, very happy. Okay. And his father was also happy, but Raju was extremely happy. He had never been so happy on coming first. He heaved a sigh of relief as he felt that he had now paid a good and fitting tribute to his old school. Now he was very satisfied, because now he had given the proper answer to all the people who were who insulted him and who insulted his old school. Okay. Yes, this is what determination is. Determination is to deceive and follow a certain path that is right and continue to strive until the goal is reached. Determined persons make up their mind to achieve their aim in spite of all difficulties without getting discouraged or losing hope. That is the essence of the determination. If you are determined to do something, whatever you are getting in the path, whatever any obstacles you can get in the path, but you have to be very much determined about what you want, okay, about your dream. So if you are determined enough to do the thing, so no one could able to stop you. Make up your mind to do thing, and you will surely achieve what you are striving for. If you are determined to succeed from the very beginning, nothing and no one can stop you. That is the most important thing, that if you are very much determined to do what to do and what not in your life, and no one could able to stop you. Determination is the key to success. It's very important. If you are determined, so you will get the success.